Stanford University.
Does climate cause violent conflict? It's a really complex and nuanced question. It's a question that's also important because the climate is changing.
There's increased extreme weather shocks, temperature, drought, and there's long been concerns that these kinds of stresses can contribute to violent conflict. We've been studying civil war for quite some time now. Most political scientists didn't really give any thought to the weather. So there was a kind of I think maybe even a skepticism initially that, something like a drought could really be a pronounced effect.
We brought together some of the top scholars in this field, political scientists, economists, geographers, environmental scientists.
Yeah, so this was a really innovative approach and something that we don't typically do in political science. So it was experts who thought directly about climate and its impacts on civil conflict, but also some scholars who studied civil war and hadn't really given any thought to climate issues.
There was strong agreement that climate has affected the risk of organized violence within countries to date. But the important note there is that other drivers of conflict are much more important. What are levels of socioeconomic development? What's the capability of the state? There also was strong agreement that the risks go up with more climate change. But some of the biggest uncertainties are about how and why.
The big uncertainty is why, what's causing it, and how does it interact with the other political factors that we think we know affect the likelihood of civil violence.
Is it the way climate leads to economic shocks in the aftermath of a disaster, or leads to the failure of agricultural productivity?
Ultimately, down the line, the hope is that there's policy implications for this. For example, how the international community allocates things like aid or resources towards conflict management.
Many people in the world are focused on climate change, as are many people focused on reducing the risk of conflict. So what we aim to do was to inform these different investments societies are making, supporting human security, and also managing the risks of a changing climate.